Today we are here with Charles Watkins. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's so great. I am so excited to have you on. I wanted to start us off with learning a little bit more about you and a little bit more of your backstory. So, in saying that, what were you doing before you decided to become a coach?
Oh, before I was a business coach, I would say I was a bit of a mess. I had gone through some stuff. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you don't always hear that from people. They're all buttoned up, but I'm not. I'll say sometimes I like to consider myself a bit of a messy coach. And it was a good mess, though. For me, I spent 20 plus years in corporate. I was always in product management, marketing, strategic planning, process improvement. So I did that sort of thing. And I bought and sold a couple of businesses. At the time I joined Focal Point, I had just left my corporate job. I was in the process of leaving it. I had gone through the death of my father probably it was December of 2022. I had a business at the time, a commercial cleaning business. It was over $1 million. And I also had my regular job. My partner quit on me and it was just a lot going on. And what ended up happening was I couldn't do the job anymore. It just was too much. I needed some more flexibility because I'm a caregiver for my mom. She has dementia. And at the time, I was like, I had to get out of my job. I had to sell my business. I needed to get my life back in order. But through that whole journey, one of my friends who was helping me with sell my business, he actually had been exploring Focal Point. And one of the things that we talked about was he had been a consultant in the past. I have done so many things in business to turn businesses around and to run the businesses of my own, buying and selling two businesses. Of like, I learned so much. And during that period, managing my job, managing my mom, dealing with the loss of my dad, and everything else, I got so overwhelmed that I couldn't think. And when he told me about Focal Point, I realized that the people that were helping me get through the sale of my business were actually coaching me through. And I realized every time that I'd been successful in my career, I had coaches and people around me to mentor me. And I felt like I had so much that I learned through this process that I wanted to give back. So figured I wanted to be a business coach. Once I learned what it was and that it could really be a thing, I felt like I'd be great at it because I would always be able to be empathetic to people in their worst times. And I would never judge them because I know that how you're sitting in your worst times is not always who you are. It's just a situation. So helping them pull themselves out, like my friends helped pull me out, I want to do that for others.
Thank you for your candor. That was very powerful to hear, and I'm sorry for your loss.
No, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's one of those things where you learn to deal with it and manage every day.
Hmm.
But at the same time, once you do that, you kind of, again, you're attuned to people and it helps you understand them. And as a coach, one of the most important things to be able to do is actually see the person, not just see the business.
Yeah, I love how you described that. So, to build off of that a little bit and look at how you joined Focal Point and everything that was happening in your life, what did that, first year look like?
Uh, First year was it was every bit of the sigmoid curve. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So it started off with a bang. I picked up two clients fairly quickly from my Champions Network, two friends that were fairly senior in their organizations. I coached them, which was great. I felt like I could go through. I tried to follow everything exactly how they told me through training, and it was okay. But then I started to realize couldn't always follow the script, and I had to sort of be myself. Pretty soon after, I added, one or two other clients through going to chamber events and BNI, trying to build my business that way because that's some of what we learned. Quickly, I learned that not everybody who's in those environments are going to be great clients for me. And
Mhm.
so I would say the first year was an ebb and flow of finding people and losing people, finding people and losing people. And the biggest thing that I learned was, everybody needs coaching, but not everybody can afford it. And then not everybody is receptive to it. So my first year, I would say I was on the struggle bus in that regard. It was a lot of me trying to find my way and build my confidence. So even when I did pro bono work, it was great for me just to feel like I was helping people. I will say this: as I went through my Focal Point journey, I did get a lot of support from my area rep, as well
Mm.
as my business coach through Focal
Oh,
Point.
right. Yeah.
And one of the things I'll share this with whoever is watching is that during my first year, I ended up changing coaches, the coaches that supported me. The person that supported me in the beginning, he wasn't a bad guy, but he wasn't the right fit for me. And I needed somebody who had probably more of my experience and talk to me a little bit of a different way so that I could actually hear him. And, again, you're not the business coach for everybody. Nobody is. There's certain people that you gravitate to more than others. And so, that's one of the things that I was happy with in terms of the experience. The area rep and my new coach, they both leaned into me and they could talk to me in a way that I could actually hear them and encourage me to stay the course and make tweaks along the way.
I had no idea that you switched a coach that first year, but
Yeah.
it makes sense. I mean, something that I have said before is that coaching is like therapy. It's like finding a therapist. You have to find someone that works for you and can speak your language and have similar backstory. So that's the joke that I make sometimes, but
Well, I'll give you an even better one. How about this? How about the coach you have when you're going through your 30s and you have kids versus the coach you have when you're in your 50s and going through your midlife crisis with your convertible and trying to relive your younger days? It's probably a different coach right there.
100%. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
So then speaking of that, then how has it changed since you started? How has your business changed?
Well, it's funny. I'm wrapping up year 2, and I was told that it would probably take me 12 to 18 months to kind of really get my sea legs, and it was probably every bit of that. Not that it wasn't good. I was lucky I had other income to help buoy me for a while and sustain me, but probably midway through year 2, things have taken off. And what happened was I just through the second year I've been really proactive, and my area rep recommended a book to us. It was called One Word, and we all decided to pick one word for our area for ourselves. My word for the year was proactive. Everybody in my family picked a word, but for me, that's really what took hold. So I just started putting myself out there. So I taught the EGC Entrepreneurial Growth course. I taught that at a community college to start the year. I basically talked to everybody, and instead of trying to add clients to my portfolio, I stopped. I said, I'm not going to add clients, I'm going to add partners. So I focused on adding partners who could get me in front of the clients that I wanted. And I would do that in joint endeavors. So I partnered with somebody to start a networking group. I partnered with someone to do another EGC. So I just started an EGC probably 2 weeks ago, where I partnered with a barter exchange agency, and they brought 8 clients to the EGC. I'm providing all the content and everything else, and I charged. They brought the people to me because they wanted to show the value that they could bring as a bartering network. So it was a really great opportunity for me to add like $10,000-$12,000 to my portfolio, without me doing the marketing. They did it for me. Looking to partner with banks, I started a mastermind group because I realized through the year that, I told you, not everybody can afford coaching. So I was like, all right, well, when the economy was a little funny at the beginning of the year and people didn't know which way it was going to go, I decided to start a mastermind group with the intent, being very explicit about, I want to make it so that everybody can afford it. So I offer mastermind groups for a price of like $4.99. And I've gradually put different people in that group. And it's all people from business services. And the greatest part about it is they've been able to feed off of each other and help each other, send referrals to each other, and their business for me. They brought other people into the group. And so, again, it's a great opportunity for me to have testimonies and be able to tell stories. Price point is low, but it was low intentionally. And because I know what it is, I'm leveraging those people for testimonials and for me to practice, so that when I want to go into different groups, I can leverage that experience. So what I did was I took all the shackles off my business, and I basically said, I'm going to fill the rooms in my hotel with things that are fun or make sense for me. I've also, again, partnered with other focal point coaches. So I've partnered with others on executive coaching. I've gotten guidance on how to leverage team DISC assessments. So I've done 2 workshops for teams relative to do DISC, team sales breakdowns. And so my business has really taken off and started to transform. I think probably now, I was thinking about it before I called today, I think I have maybe 15 clients altogether. Not all of them are high price clients, and some of them are for a period, right? A specific time period. But that's kind of where I am right now. And I know what my windows are. And so now I'm taking some of the money that I made, looking to reinvest in marketing, because all I really want to do is get a flow of people to continue to add to my portfolio. And lean for me now, I'm leaning more into group coaching and assistance. I realize that my goal is to touch as many people as I can, and I can touch them at different price points. So now I have testimonials and stories around how I do it, and I can go to a different set of clientele to go try to work them into a different type of.
I think that that's a great way of taking something and making it your own. Do you still look to work with the same clientele, that ideal client framework layout where it's those same people, or have you found that that's changed as well with this evolving?
It's a great question. What I found is I'm working my way to what my original set of ideal clients was, right? So in the beginning, I said I wanted to go work with services businesses. And I also had a desire for executive coaching, but I didn't quite know how to do that. I'm figuring out the executive coaching still, but by partnering. On the business services side, I've started to build things up with smaller business services companies. I also wanted to do trades because I had a cleaning business in the past. That was a little hard for me to work my way into. So now I'm partnering to try to figure out the best path to get the people that I want there. I realize for business services, a lot of these people can run lean and contract out work. So I realize some of those businesses are going to be smaller, but I'm helping them scale and figuring out the right way to establish partnerships of their own in order to grow. Trade services, they grow a slightly different way. So I'm working to partner to understand that market, trying to get the businesses that are in that $5 to $20 million range. So I'm working with companies that will do marketing for me to bring clients to my group. So again, I've decided I was gonna not stay stuck in trying to bang my head against the wall and just go to BNI meetings and Chamber of Commerce and bang on doors. No, I'm going to partner to try to get me in front of the right sets of people that can make decisions and that can really understand the value of my story.
I like how you've explained that. Jumping now a little bit back to what we were discussing before, how have you grown personally throughout the past 2 years? You talked about the place that you were in right before deciding to become a coach. How are you now, and what does that look like for you?
You know, I've grown a couple of different ways. First of all, I'm much calmer, and I would say I'm calm because my confidence level is high. As you get into it in the beginning, you know you can help people, but you just aren't quite sure how it's going to play out. And then as time goes on, and you have more and more conversations, you realize that there's a lot of people, even the ones that seem buttoned up, they're also a mess on the inside. So what I realized, there's like a book that was shared with me by our area rep. He shares good books. It was called Getting Naked. And I just decided I was going to help people, and I'm going to meet people where they are and help them. And the more I just focused on helping people, the better my practice has taken off. And I don't always get the client immediately, but they realize that I actually listen, and they come back around to me to ask for help. I have people that come to me and that are going through my EGC that have business coaches already. Like they have a
Right.
business coach that they're contracted with, and they're like, I want to come sit with you for a while and talk. I've had people come to me to have business coaches, and they're like, I got more from you in the last hour than I got from my business coach in the last 5 months. And I'm like, that's fine. I was like, your business coach hasn't told you anything wrong. Stay with them. But I'm like, funny enough, I'm like, dude, that'd be cheaper. I could probably help them. But I'm like, no, that's not how I'm gonna function. And I say that because I've gotten comfortable in my own skin in regards to that, and I've learned what I really enjoy doing. So I enjoy connecting with people. I love hearing their origin stories, and I love helping them get to their why for why they started. And sometimes people forget why they get started, and they just kind of flounder. I like helping them through that.